Hey everybody, welcome back to Stoker Review for another cigar review. And this week I got Roger with me from the cigar shop in Biloxi, Mississippi. And this week we're doing, for Halloween, the new Viaje Full Moon. There's the band, and you can see it's got half of a demented pumpkin on it. This one says Full Moon. There's the rest of the band there. Kind of cool looking band. But what's pretty cool too is, here's the other cigar. And it says Viaje instead of the Full Moon. I can see that there. What's kind of cool is you can actually put these together. See if I can get this right here. Ooh, wrong way. Put them together. Shit. Ta-da! Finally. Really cool presentation. Roger, show them the box. Check out the box. It's really neat. I'll wait. Back of it. Really nice box. Really nice. Let's see. Let's open this thing up. And let's see. We'll open it up here. Inside the presentation. How many sticks are there? 24? 24 sticks? Yeah, they're selling for $14.10 here, as you can see. That's how much we paid for them. Which, you know, big brother disclosure, you know, we bought them here. So, here, take that. Anyway, this is a 5x58, and it's a Nicaraguan puro that is it's Nicaraguan Criollo and Nicaraguan binder filler. Let's see if we can get a decent shot here of it. Nice little wrapper here. There's a cap there. It'll focus okay. End of it. You know what's crazy is, I mean, you hear about cigars smelling like cow shit. This is exactly what this smells like. It's crazy. I mean, really, really earthy. I mean, super earthy. I mean, it smells like cow shit. As crazy as that is. Pretty nice. But anyway, this is Andre's release for Halloween. It also came out with a new Skull and Bones, the mystery blend, and which has a glow in the dark band on it. It's pretty cool. So it's a black band, but the skull, the crossbones on it glows in the dark. And also, he sent out his Thanksgiving release, which is the stuffed turkey in both, you know, dark and white meat. So anyway, all that came out all at the same time. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and cut this and light this up now. Glad you could make it back.
Alright.
Cut this little ashtray. Really nice draw. It has that milkshake draw. Milkshake draw that I really like. What about you? What do you like?
Got an excellent draw. Very woody right now. Not dry.
Yeah,
slight hint of pepper too.
Really woody. Anyway, we're going to light this thing up. We'll be back in a minute, let you know how it starts off. See you in a second. Right, we're back. We just lit up our cigars. Give you our initial impression. What I'm getting out of the cigar right off the bat is it's really oaky. But there is a nice black pepper. When you rather held the cigar, it comes on really strong. But other than that, it's kind of light on the palate. It's not as a strong pepper note that I usually get with Nicaraguan tobacco. But as I'm puffing along, it seems to be getting a little bit stronger. But also,
I'm a little further, and it's intensified a good bit of mine.
Yeah, and also I'm also getting a nice little leather note to it, and kind of like I guess like a cashew type of nut or something, kind of like a buttery, funny that's going to be in here, a buttery kind of a nut, kind of like a cashew or something like that. That's ridiculous. But anyway, what are you getting in? What are you getting?
I'm not
on
getting
yours?
the nuttiness at all, actually. I have that oakiness definitely in the pepper, but I'm not really getting the cedar. I mean, a leather note, but I'm sure not getting the nuttiness. I guess the spice is more predominant in mine now. It's like wood and little pepper, a lot more pepper now. When I first lit it, it had a nice little hint of pepper, but that pepper's definitely increased in strength. I mean, I'm a little bit further than him, but the pepper is definitely increased.
You also see, this is the second one of these I've had, just to let you know. And this is probably your third or fourth one you've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all have some burn issues.
Yeah. None of them are burning really well.
And they just came in the shop probably about a week ago. So they're still pretty young, getting acclimated to the humidor.
Yeah, but so far I'm enjoying the flavors pretty well. Mm-hmm. It's pretty smooth actually. It has a decent finish on it for me. But the black pepper is definitely increasing on this cigar. You know, pretty much every puff it seems to be getting a little bit stronger. But for me, I still get a core of the oakiness and some leather. And I swear it's almost like that nutty flavor I'm getting is more like, you know, it's like a buttery flavor. It's kind of got a sweet butteriness to it. It just reminds me, I guess, of cashew, something like that, or you know.
And the pepper, really, when it started with me, it started in the roof of my mouth, a little bit in the back, towards the back of my mouth, and now it's spread throughout my mouth. You know, it's kind of engulfing the palate, but it's not strong. It's not like a bad thing. It's a really good meld of flavors. It's really just an excellent smoke so far.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll spec this to the halfway point, and we'll be back to let you know what we think about that time. And we'll see if it'll correct itself too. It looks like it's already starting to correct itself.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll let you know how that goes too when we come back. See you in a second. Everybody, we're back. About to the halfway point now. As you can see, this thing puts off a ton of smoke. But what are you getting out of this now?
I'm getting a slight hint of kind of a bitter kind of cocoa, like a dark chocolate almost kind of cocoa-ness to it. It's a slight hint. The pepper's gone away almost completely in mine. It's just very faint now. Before, what I was trying to figure out, with that sweet kind of creaminess, it was butteriness. It was more, to me, it was more like a bread kind of toast, kind of buttered toast kind of taste to it. You know, and it really good though.
Yeah, whenever I was saying it was a nuttiness, kind of reminded me of how, you know, cashews are buttery and a little bit creamy when you eat them or whatever. But actually, his descriptor, when I started thinking about it, it fit better. I mean, it's almost like we're eating kind of like the flavors of like a buttery croissant or something like that. It's not like that full of a flavor, but it's kind of an accent flavor for me at the time, which was the leather and the oakiness, the black pepper. But for me now, I'm getting that bitter cocoa that he was getting, and I still get the oakiness too. I get a little bit of leather, but I still get the black pepper. But I only really get it when I retrohale. I get it real faint on the palate otherwise, but when I retrohale the cigar, I get a lot more of the black pepper. But it is developing, a nice sweet creaminess to it on top of that too. So it's really tasty cigar. But the burn on mine again has gotten all funky. But when I showed you the beginning of the cigar,
I'm not really having too much of a problem with mine.
No, that's
it's still pretty even.
But it did fix itself. I didn't have to touch it up or nothing like that. So I'm not going to touch it, even though this is kind of way off.
Oh, I mean, even on the past ones I've smoked, it did have a bit. It had some uneven burning to it. So I mean, it's just the first one that's burned pretty even for me.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just going to let it, correct itself. I'm not going to try to touch this stuff. But so far, so good. It's going really well. So we'll be back in a little while to let you know how it finishes up. See you in a second. Hey, everybody, we're back. We're at the end of the cigar. Roger's at the end of his, but I've had mine. It cracked on me, so it's not smoking very well. So I'm just going to end it here because I don't know how much longer I can maintain the smoke in this. But anyway, so I'm getting that. Still get that bitter cocoa note, the leather, and the oakiness. I get a little bit of black pepper, but not as much as it was really in the middle. The middle is where the black pepper shine for me. But kind of inch into it to the middle. But now I'm also getting a cinnamon note and a breadiness to it. Kind of what we're getting at the beginning now. But and every now and then I get a little bit of like a light coffee note too. It's really good. I mean, it's this one's cracked on me. The other one, I mean, the one before, it didn't have this problem. And matter of fact, I have to say one thing about the first one I smoked last night was I actually had set it in the ashtray and let it sit for quite a while, and it good. And actually had it sit for quite a while, and when I picked it back up, it was still smoky. I didn't have to relight it. It was still lit up. It was amazing how long that it went, still burning. Because I swear I left it for me it was on forever basically. But I picked it back up, and smoke was still coming out of it really good. But the flavors are really good. This one cracked on me, and it had that weird burn, pretty much throughout the entire cigar. But still, it was great flavor throughout the whole thing. I'm really impressed with this release. I think this is one of the better releases that Andre has put out in a couple of years even. I really enjoyed this cigar. So now that you're back, what'd you get out of the final part of the cigar?
I'm getting a Christmassy note, cinnamon that became pretty prevalent. I'm still getting the birdiness, still getting the woodiness, but yeah, it's starting at this point on mine. It's starting to burn a little hot. So, just getting down there.
What do you mean you get a Christmassy note? What do you mean like that?
Cinnamon, kind of that creamy cinnamon, like almost like a kind of like a bread pudding kind of taste to it.
Okay, yeah. I think like this, like spiced cookies or whatever.
Yeah, like cinnamon cookies,
you, yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't get as much sweetness out of it he's getting it, though I can see where that's coming from. I mean, because you kind of get that kind of, cinnamon, almost nutmeg-like kind of.
It's an aftertaste almost.
Yeah, it's really
real
unique.
Nice finish.
It's with that, with the oakiness, the creaminess is kind of faded away, but it's a little bit there. But it's got really great flavor throughout this whole cigar. Like I said, I'm really impressed with this.
Yeah.
I mean, the box is cool as hell. The bands are really cool.
Gee, the box makes it a box purchase.
Yeah, let me show you. Now that we have the bands off, like you can see, that one has full moon, and then it's got the
evil pumpkin.
Hell, you can see the pumpkin on it. The pumpkin there. You can actually take these and combine them like that. It actually makes like a mural. It's pretty cool. One end says Viaje, and one end says full moon. But pretty cool band on there. I think that's a really neat concept. The box is freaking awesome. I mean, it's a piece of art in itself. I mean, it's real. Y'all are hanging up here, right?
Wall.
Yeah, they're going to hang it up in the cigar shop here. I think it's a great idea. Even the back and the front are really cool. So hanging them up side by side would be really neat. But I mean, it was like $14 for the stick and whatever. That's a little bit pricey, but I tell you, it's a really good cigar. I know some of the releases came up from Viaje. You would smoke them; they're a little bit harsh, but if you sat them down for a few months, man, they got spectacular. This one, right out of the gate, it is awesome. So, I mean, what do you think?
I think
5-pack box worthy. I mean, the box is out kind of.
The box is so cool, though. It almost makes it a box purchase if you can get the box. I mean, if you can get the box, it's cool shit. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a really good cigar. So, definitely one of the best releases that I think Andres put out in a couple of years. I mean, it's a stellar smoke. We're stashing some away to actually smoke on Halloween night. So, with some of the other Halloween cigars. As a matter of fact, let me see if I've got the other one. Here it is. Well, you can see it well. This is the Skull and Bones, the new one. Or you see the white it glows in the dark, which is kind of cool. Glow in dark band about 2 years ago.
Yeah, so we'll see how this one tastes. So I haven't had this yet, but we're going to try this out. Actually, when you're watching this video, because this is our Halloween spectacular, actually. So I know you can't. There's no Halloween stuff out here.
Ooh, there's a skull back there. Yeah,
he's kind of scary. So
there's a skull right there.
That's true. Anyway, happy Halloween, everybody, and hope y'all have a good, safe night, and I'll see you next time.